Hi guys, welcome back. Today I thought I'd show you all how to do some professional games or 3 evidence games on Nell's Diner. I often play a lot of Nightmare and No Evidence, but I know a lot of people like playing 3 evidence, so I thought I'd kind of do a guide of how I would play 3 evidence games, so that's professional, intermediate or amateur, to show you how I think the best way to find the ghost room and how to identify the ghosties. So without further ado, let's get started. So firstly, I'm going to look at what the objectives are. So the objectives are to detect with a motion sensor, escape the ghost during a hunt, and witness a ghost event. They are pretty doable. Obviously, the ghost event is massively RNG, so whether we're going to get a ghost event, we're not really going to be sure. So the first thing I always do is, no matter where I am, I go and unlock the front door first. This activates the ghost, and it means that it's going to give the ghost time to start interacting with its environment. So I'm going to unlock the doors. I'm going to chuck a few items here. I always bring all my items to the front door before I actually start investigation, because I find that it gives the ghost plenty of time to interact with its environment, and it also gives it plenty of time to cool down the ghost room. Firstly, I'm going to take a flashlight. I'm going to get a smudge, a lighter obviously, and a headgear. And what we're going to go do is we're going to go get the breaker on. The reason I want to get the breaker on now is because it will give time for the rest of the building to warm up, so the ghost room will be a lot more evident. The ghost favourite room is not going to be very evident if the breaker is off, because obviously everywhere's going to be relatively cold. So if we have the breaker on, it's going to be very obvious when we hit the ghost room and we're looking. Now we're going to go and continue taking everything to the van now that we've got the breaker on. Right, so we are going to go and get everything to the front door ready, and I will see you back once I come to get my load out that I'm going to take in with me to find the ghost room. So I'll see you in a minute. So I've got all my evidence and media items kind of in or just outside the property. I tend to put all of my evidence items to my left or just to one side, and I put all my media to the other, and then my crucifixes and smudges either throw just behind or just in front, and then my audio recorders here in case we get an event and I need to try to get some audio. So now we're going to go back to the van and grab my items I'm going to take in to start the investigation. I've already got my headgear and my lighter from earlier, so I'm going to take a photo camera so we can obviously get a photo of an event, or if we find the bone or the cursed possession where we're looking for the ghost room. I'm going to take a thermal to help us identify the ghost room, and I'm going to take a video camera. So again, if we get any events or any interactions, we can obviously try to get videos or media of it. Also, if we can find the ghost room, if there are orbs, which I think like half of the ghosts have orbs, so if it is a ghost with orbs, you can also use that to double confirm that's definitely the ghost room. So get headgear on. Now there's something on the floor here that shouldn't be on the floor. I don't think I've seen it on the floor before. So we're going to check the temps here to see whether the ghost has thrown something. See, we've got freezing temps. So I can already get a photo with the freezing temps. So this is why I unlock the door and I come and get the breaker on like first thing, because it gives the ghost time to start interacting with items, like throwing this item on the floor, and it also means that the ghost room is significantly colder than the rest of the rooms, because the ghost has had time to cool down its favourite room. So it's really helpful in finding the favourite room, especially on maps where you're not as used to it. So the ghost just opened up. Can I get an interaction video? No. Right, let's check for orbs. Well, we've got the video camera in our hands. I found on Nell's Diner, since I started playing Nell's, obviously it's not been out that long, but in the past few days when I've been playing Nell's, I found that orbs have taken quite a while to appear a lot of the time. So I always tend to recheck orbs in like 5 minutes time, because you don't want the ghost to like be hiding the orbs and then you think you've just not got an evidence, or you think you got something wrong. So I always double check orbs. So next we're going to get crucifixes in, just so obviously if it is like a demon or something, it's not going to early hunt. The ghost has turned on a cell phone or something. Yep, there we go. I didn't have my video camera in my hand at the time, so I would have been too slow. However, I always always carry my photo camera around with me, no matter what I'm doing, whether I'm carrying items back and forth, whether I'm just going through like the pack mule stage of getting everything to the ghost room. I always carry my photo camera because the ghost will always event when you don't have a photo camera, and obviously sometimes you need a photo of the ghost as the objective. And I do not like getting photos during hunts. I will do it if I'm very desperate, but I try to avoid it at all possible because it's very risky and you could get yourself killed. Next, I'm going to get EMF and audio recorder in there. The ghost has just turned off the breaker, so we know it's not a djinn. However, we're playing to evidence, so obviously it doesn't matter too much, but in my head I'm making mental notes of things like the ghost has turned off the breaker, so we know it's definitely not a djinn. The reason why I like to have... Is there any EMF for that? Nope. The reason why I like to have my audio recorder in pretty much straight away is because if we get an event, if I've got time, and I manage to get a photo and then video, and the ghost is still eventing, then I can try get an audio of it. I don't want to miss any opportunities for audio. Also, when I'm doing spirit box, it means I can obviously check for audio. Right, so now I'm going to take in dots and I'm going to take a smudge as well, because the last thing we want is the ghost to be like an early hunter, and obviously with freezing temps it can be a demon. So we don't want it to be an early hunter, so we're going to drop a smudge in the ghost room, just as one nearby. And then the dots we can put on the ceiling. I try not to place things like books down until I'm in the room ready to capture the media, because the last thing that I want is for the ghost to write in the book and I'm just getting like a video or an audio of it. So I tend to leave things like that. I tend to leave book, salt and firelight placement, things like that, until later on once I'm ready to record, and I'll place them all down and just stand there with my video camera. So I'm going to grab UV next, because obviously if it touches or interacts with any doors, and then we'll take in the other dots because it is quite a big area to cover. Place that like here. That should cover the majority of the ceiling of the room. There we go, it's covering most of the room. We should be able to see like majority of the ghost. Now the ghost closed this counter, because I certainly did not. There we go. I think the counter glitched then, it would not let me open it. So now we're going to go carry on getting the rest of the stuff in the building. I forgot to put my UV down, so we'll just grab a book for the minute and then we'll drop the UV in the building. Drop that there in case it touches anything, drop the book. Obviously we don't want to place it yet because we're not ready. Then we'll grab a spirit box and anything really, it doesn't really matter too much now. I always like to get my camera back in my hands, like in between taking things in, because if the ghost doesn't event, I want to be ready to get a photo. We all know ghosts love doing like the super duper quick events that last like 3 seconds, so drop that there, drop that there. Just check temps again to make sure it's definitely still in here. Here it is. So let's check if there's any audios. I like to periodically pick up my audio recorder and check if there's any audios, because obviously you can easily miss an audio. So I like to just do a quick walk around with an audio recorder, make sure I'm not missing any audios. Now that I know that I'm not, I'll probably... Oh, there we go. So even when I'm like in the middle of doing other things, I'll quickly pick up the audio recorder, do a quick check, make sure I'm not hearing anything, and then drop it back down and carry on with what I'm doing. So I like to put video camera obviously right in front of me so I can pick it up if it throws something, does an event. I drop photo camera next to it because we're going to be in the building most of the time now. There we go, and I like to turn on my audio recorder and drop it on the floor ready. So everything is there, so if it does an event or interacts with anything, I've got everything there ready. So now I'm going to start placing down items. So we're going to place down the book. Get the motion sensor. And then we'll grab salt and firelight. So light firelight first. The firelight is often the thing that takes longest to interact with, so. And then as soon as I place the salt, I'm going to start recording. I think the ghost is roaming a fair way because I just saw the lights flicker in the booth area. Thank you. That was too slow then. I can get a photo of the EMF. So if I haven't managed to get a photo of the EMF before, I like to always put the EMF near the firelight, because obviously it will often, when it blows out the firelight, it'll give EMF, so you can get your photo then. So we need UV over here, so we can check when it steps in the salt. There's potentially, I don't know whether it can be erased with freezing temps, let's have a look. So freezing temperature, it can't be erased. Oh, there we go, salt. The salt you literally have to be like an Olympic athlete to catch. We've got UV though, so we can get a photo of the footprints. Let me just check I actually got that. I did. And then, so we can cross off UV, so we do need to be careful because this could still be a demon. Can't be a demon because it's turned the breaker off. It's not written in the book yet. Can't remember what it is for a demon. And right, just threw something and don't know what. Demons never meant for me, like, ever. So I'm just going to double check for orbs, make sure we've got no orbs. Can't see any orbs, nothing's popping up on the camera, so... The options for goes to Demon Hand to Mimic or Djinn. Can't be a Djinn because it's turned off the breaker. And obviously there's not an option for Goryo, however if it could be a Goryo. Oh, we got Ghost Writing, there we go. And that's why you always stand right next to it. I didn't manage to get the audio, but it's fine. We can get audios of other things. So we'll grab the photo camera, get a photo of that. So that means it is a demon, so we need to be very careful. So we're going to grab this smudge in his hands at all times. We're going to relight the firelight, relight that for the audio. So we've got one audio, we need 2 more videos, we've got all photos, we just need to go. I don't know why it didn't record. We love it when events don't record. That definitely recorded. Right, I've got video camera in my hand already. We're going to quickly run and check sanity because obviously it is a demon. Demons do have the ability that they can hunt at any point in time. So demon could hunt whenever. It could hunt at like 99% sanity, 100% sanity. However, demons will consistently try to hunt you under 70. So because we're doing professional, we do need a hunt actually for the objective. So it's up to you whether you would take sanity meds at this point. If we didn't need a hunt for the objective, I probably would take sanity meds because obviously I'm professional, you don't need a hunt. There's no reason to have a hunt. However, because of the fact that we need a hunt for the objective, I'm just going to leave my sanity. But I'm going to leave it there. We're going to go grab the other book so we can hopefully try and get an audio of it. That's why I always bring in 2 books. Might move this crucifix a little bit more here, maybe. Oh, she's already used it. Oh, we need to be careful. I think she might potentially use it when she did that event last time, because I didn't hear her use it. She moved. Let's just check temps. No, she's still here. Oh, we could get a salt video for a nice quick video. I don't know if that might be a duplicate potentially. That is a duplicate, so delete that. I put the other salt down here. We're gonna drop the audio recorder turned on so I can quickly. Really? Every time I tried to get a video of her event, she always disappears. I didn't get audio in time again. And some games just don't go your way, guys. Sometimes you just have to mess around a lot and try to get what you want. What door was that? Then turn headgear off ready just in case he starts hunting. Come on, step in the assault. Yes, we got the door moved. Now we just need the salt. Oh, crucifix will do. No, we missed the audio. Now we just need one more audio. That's not talking. So now we only need one more audio. I'm just going to go grab another smudge because we've got a spare hand just to be on the safe side. So obviously she has used 2 crucifixes now, so she's definitely within hunting range. So we can stand here. Hopefully if she uses one of these crucifixes again, we'll be able to get an audio. If she uses one twice, no. Right. Hopefully we can get a cruci audio, or we can get just a random audio. Didn't stop recording. Yep, that's why I didn't record it, because that would have been another duplicate again. So I purposely didn't record it. There you go. Perfect. All media done. Now we just need to escape her during a hunt. So we need to stand here so she can get line of sight of us. Take this over here with us so she can't hunt on top of us. But I don't know where the hiding spots are, so we're just gonna have to like run and pray. Let's grab another smudge actually just to be on the safe side. There we go. We've got 3 smudges now, so we're definitely gonna be safe. So we're just going to watch for the doors locking now. Oh, she's hunting. So when you run to your hiding spot, you want to make sure you've got no push to talk on, and you want to make sure that you've also got no electronics on, so make sure you turn off your headgear, your flashlight, whatever you use, and make sure if you've got any photo, video cameras, audio recorders, EMFs, anything like that in your hands, make sure you turn it off because that will get you killed. Ghost consents electronics, and the consents talking, so you need to be really careful. Obviously you've not got any of them. So we got all of his objectives done. We've got perfect, unique photos. Oh, we need to go find the bone actually. We've got unique videos on all unique audios, and it's a demon, so because we do need to go find the bone. Normally I would have found the bone to get a picture. Quite usually the first thing I'll do is when I go look for the ghost room, I will also get a photo of the bone. I'll go find the bone and get a photo, but because of the fact that obviously we found the ghost room the minute we walked in, we wasn't looking around for the ghost room, so we didn't end up getting a cursed possession or a bone photo. But usually I do end up having to use a cursed possession or a bone photo to get perfect media. But for a perfect game, you do need to collect the bone. So the music box will be here on this table. The mirror will be here on this chair, which obviously is not the mirror. There's also these lockers here for a hiding spot. There was obviously behind the vending machines where we sat earlier to hide. That's obviously a hiding spot. You've got the Ouija board in here. That's one of the cursed possessions. It sits on that box there. In this bathroom, you've got the summoning circle will be on the floor here if that is your cursed possession. I think this might be a hiding spot, you know, that being. I think it's like a natural hiding spot. Oh, there we go. We've got the bone here. Click that. So obviously we've got the hiding spot behind this vending machine. This is why you always carry smudges with you when you're going to do bone hunts. You see what I did then? I literally turned off my headgear. As soon as I realised she was hunting, I turned my headgear straight off and I smudged and ran to a hiding spot. So that's why I always think, like, if you don't know where the hiding spots are on the map, you want to go find them first thing. Right, she's done hunting now. She'll be smudged for at least 60 seconds. So, voodoo doll for the cursed possession spawns on this one here. Then you've got the tarot card spawned next to the register. There we go. And then one that I forgot to show you was the monkey paw spawns on this chopping board here. So that is all the cursed possessions, the hiding spots I tend to use. I don't really know where all of the official hiding spots are on this map. However, we have now got a perfect game because we've got the bone. This is a really good hiding spot as well, guys, as long as the ghost doesn't see you. I don't know whether the ghost can wander into this area or not. I hope not. Right, she's done. There we go, let's go. God, she was a very hunting happy ghost, wasn't she? She was constantly hunting. So there we go, guys. That is how I got a perfect game on Nell's Diner with 3 evidence. I hope this has been helpful to some of you. I hope I've had some good tips in there, like how to go and unlock the door and get the break on first. Makes it easy to find the ghost room and things like that, as well as showing you where the cursed possession spawns are and where some of the hiding spots are. So I hope this has been helpful. If it has, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. I'll see you all soon. Bye, guys.